Hello once again, everyone, and welcome back. We have fixed our tech issues currently, and we are going to get ourselves actually into our pistol. ULB Sports are going to start on the CT side, and DCU are going to begin on the T side. So we'll have to see how this unfolds. Now that we are actually into the game, it looks like it's going to be a very A-heavy lean for DCU here.
Yeah, hilariously, actually reading the chat, DC aren't happy that it's starting on T side because they want it to start CT, but they've just ended up having to go with it anyway. So, hitting this A side is just going to be CM2K. Does manage to take on and lives a little bit longer than probably should have. He will get traded out eventually. That has brought some time for the rotations. Misha takes down Gaby, though, and the man advantage currently the way of the T's, but with no utility being dropped anywhere in the fight.
Yeah, but the flank from mid does come in now. We saw Isaru in the mid position, and he's able to get taken out, but the bullets run out for Michael after he gets the kill. Misha finished that off with 3 kills, but it's such a back and forth round. They get a bit of A control, lose a couple kills, but then the flank really just seals it for them mostly.
Yeah, they do manage to find that one. I was looking a little bit dodgy after they initially took the site, just with how many angles were still open to the CTs. But, and I do love this, 4 CTs down mid, just to try to get this over and done with quicker than normal. But Combo Womble with the auto shotgun maybe should have cleaned up there, but they're just going to tuck tail and run towards the A site, which I think, honestly, safe enough at this point.
Yeah, and the Bison coming in as well, so able to get a nice bit of cash in pocket as well, given that they get those kills. And one from CM2K, that USP getting a little bit, but overall, DCU able to build up a nice bit of bank. They do lose the Bison, but I think getting 1 kill with it and then losing it isn't the worst thing to happen to a Bison.
What are you just a normie Bison hater?
Yeah, no, it's just not a good gun.
Yeah, but it's fun. I think Kurt, is that not the point of video games?
uh, sure.
You sound really confused by this.
Fun? What is that? But
Happiness?
the T's still just demolishing though. That auto shot he pushes in for 1, and the rifle gets another. So they are able to get a few kills and maybe the plant, but the kills ring back for CM2K and Gaby. So starts off really strong for the T's, but the CTs are banging it back. Convid not able to even get that final kill onto Nath, who he knew would swing out. So ULB Sports, it looked very dicey for them, seeing as how they lost 2 players, gave away the plant, but the frags just go their way with the rifles. And they're able to get themselves on the board, but DCU should be able to try to get something going. They actually did expend a lot more money on that 3rd round, or on the 2nd round, than you would have expected. The UI says they're still dead. Well,
No,
a bit late to the
sorry.
update.
Yeah, I just if you want to laugh, read the CS2 chat. Anyway, in this round, rifles on both sides. Gaby will take down Aiden with a nice bit of mid aggression from the CTs, and they're actually going to turn this towards B. They've fully pushed all the terrorists out of that position. It is just CM2K. He has quite a nice angle on A, so if they do try to trade him out, the Molotov will delay it even further. He's going to peek above that, will actually dish out a decent bit of damage. Geed will temporarily blind himself as he comes through the smoke, so throws away the man advantage. Currently 4-4 now. But DCU, they seem pretty happy to try to reaggress towards B. Nath will get caught with his knife out. Another player jumping down mid as well. Man advantage for DCU. Still spread out though, but it does look like they have pulled the rotation towards B and they are going to take the A site instead.
Yeah, able to stay alive here in Cave as well. Could be able to catch off this mid player if the timing doesn't suit him, but Gaby does check it in time. CM2K smoked off from the CT angle, but he's pushing up very aggressively, and spam from Gaby gives them the kill. He knows exactly where it is, but Convid, the last of the T's, does start off this 1v3 with a singular kill. Michael and Gaby still available for this MP9 and M4, but the bomb is so wide in the open that he is going to have to recover it with only 15 seconds. But they're playing around it, and Gaby gets that headshot, dinks him out of the server. 2-2 now. A little bit close for UL, but they're still able to eat it up. And DCU didn't get the plant, so it means they're not going to be able to buy here unless they want to go for a heavy force. But no, the pistols are just going to stay where they are. They're going to have to solve something to get this round going.
Yeah, at this point you're really just looking for damage. They're going to try to snowball into the closest quarters on the map. Nath will take down two. Oh, Aiden's going to take two of his own though. Guy thankfully will keep the man advantage in the hands of ULB. Good damage so far for it just being pistols. Not that, just a P250. Convid's going to walk through the smoke with the Julies. Will manage to catch one player off guard. Guy drops to the headshot. And regardless of what happens further in this round, this is a really good display from the T side. They are going to be able to do enough economic damage that it should set them up for prosperity in the future should they find the next.
Yeah, full buy going to come in from both sides here. The economic damage is going to echo through as they're going to be quite low on money once they rebuy all their rifles and nades up. But still ahead for now, keeping themselves above the DCU side. And similar rounds just coming in, keeping that 2 mid, 2 B, and the singular A player. But A is once again, it looks like the goal of DCU as they're spreading very close to that A main, just passively waiting to see what kind of push is going to come in. Because mid is completely taken over by the CTs for now. But not for long, as Geed is going to get taken out. One of the B players, it was also taken out, so it spread the defense paper thin. As now they're just losing HP and losing players. Michael and Gaby are all that remains. And A side is completely up for grabs. The flank as well from Aiden is going to rear its head in a moment. And that should completely destroy any illusions of this round's chances.
Yeah, it took a top or two more than it potentially should have. Does get the kill. Gaby with the 180 though. We'll find a little bit of damage. At this point, this is the name of the game for him. Try to find one more kill, knock it down to just 2 remaining. But he's going to take the 2 kills himself, tuck tail, and get out of there, which is probably the more important decision that he holds on to this AK anyway.
Yeah, if he can stay alive and keep it in his hands, could definitely cultivate something going into this next round, but it's still not going to be much. He has nearly 7k in the bank, so there is a couple of drops available. They could get 4 rifles online, I'd say, and it seems like that is going to be the idea here. One player is going to have to be left on a much less, maybe an SMG or just a Deagle. But 4 rifles, still a very strong way to start. CM2K is going to have that Desert Eagle, but even not a bad shaping of nades here. Not able to get mollies on the board, but still enough in general. Losing the first kill, though, is very much painful, as the rifle of Geed is going to fall out of his hands. Nath are gonna sit in the cave alone now as Michael gets taken out. The only line of defense on the site, but from the outskirts, Nath is able to get 2 here with that spray, evening it up nearly. Gaby able to, it looked like the shot was on his head, but he wasn't able to finish it off, and Nath gets taken out soon after. DCU coming back strong after losing those 3 rounds in a row to UL Esports. And they're going to build themselves up enough of economy to justify that alt purchase.
Yeah, and that all just came down to correct spacing from the T's. The moment they hit the site, it wasn't just like, you know, one of them's there and a second or two later you get the next guy. No, it was back to back pretty much, and just able to overwhelm the site instantaneously. And that will force UL Esports on a bit of an eco. An R8 coming out for Geed, and Nova coming out for, Nova for Geed, sorry. Nath with a R8. So two very unexpected weapons. The Deagle will find one in the middle, but Nath will fall to the AWP. Michael finds a kill on the outskirts. And this is extremely messy here. Two either side now. They do have the bomb, but rifles and armor on Gaby. This is extremely dangerous now for the T side.
Yeah, able to recover just apt weaponry for the job, and that boost, it looked like it should have gotten something, but I think he turned too early. It looks like that should have been a very easy kill to recover. Combo womble now. In the cave position, I think he was looking for a flank, but that smoke is going to force them into a less good situation. He's not going to start too soon. The spam isn't going to ring anyone out of time, and the ticking starts. We hear the new sound of that defuse, and he knows he's out of time. Gaby just going to try to recover this op, but even then, it might not be far enough. Only 21 HP. Oh, barely stays alive on that 5 HP, so able to recover that op is a nice consolation prize, but still DCU get the round. So that is slowly building and stacking against them, that differential.
Yeah, good play from Gaby, honestly, to bait out the defuse and then not make a sound, because it can be very tempting if you bait out the defuse and you don't hear anything for a second or two just to sprint it. But speaking of sprinting, DCU catch Geed completely off guard as they're a lot further along than he thought they would be. Same with CM2K. 2K gets caught with a nade out. My mouth running slightly faster than my brain can catch up, but the T's have managed to trade into a 3-on-3, but Convid and Misha desperately low for HP here. Gaby will take down Aiden, and it is just all on to Misha now. 1v3, 8 points of health. They have a rough idea where they are. Good angle though, will take down Gaby. Very brave from Nath to be swinging out with the MP9, but manages to find the kill. And Ireland Esports, despite losing 2 players at the very start of the round, do manage to grind that one out somehow.
Yeah, it looked very difficult losing out that first kill, but the amount of damage that was just dealt over the course of the round meant that they were so vulnerable the entire time. And Gaby staying alive long enough to bring that off shot through the temple meant that it wasn't too bad. This molly could be absolutely crucial here, as it is going to force a split up of the players. One does get ahead and gets up the rifle, but the peek from Michael recovers that. And now it's just 2 players left. Aiden, he runs into cave, gets a kill, gets that M4, but that's not going to get anything out of it. Geed gonna get that kill, gonna shoot some bodies, get some nice BM into the last match of their group stage as they even it up. Last 2 rounds of the half, and it really has been very back and forth. Few strings of rounds either side have been gotten.
Sorry, I was just kind of sorting something there. Yeah, into this round, 5-a-side now. There you go. See that from Convid? Very, very nice.
Nice gun.
Very, very nice gun, yeah. Nath will manage to find the first frag in this round. Convid going for the fight in mid, actually, with the Bison, which, very surprised. Gaby will find a kill with the AWP, and this has just turned into a bit of the bloodbath. The best weapon in the game not able to make anything work, and it's now just on the combo womble with the AK.
Yeah,
and there you go.
And I do want to note that I do respect the fact that Convid actually does have a Bison skin. I don't know what it's called, but I was keeping a eagle eye out to check if it was the default skin or if he actually has one. And you know what? He obviously values it enough to have a skin for it. So, I mean, it is the best gun in the game, so I don't blame him.
I mean, look, some people just have skins for everything, though.
Yeah, no, that is fair.
Remember, there are addicts in the scene, but hopefully that's not any of. I forget the double negative rule. But in this very serious game with playoff implications, it looks like smoke. DCU not able to find anything here. Nath will drop 2 players. That's just down to the Deagles now, as Geed will take down Ace. Combo womble falls to Nath. And Convid will actually turn it around on the aforementioned player, but Michael closes things out 7-5 now for ULB Sports.
Yeah, really strong start from the CTs. They've only been able to get a few strings of rounds together, but those strings have been long enough to be just completely destroying DCU into the second half of that the CT side. Michael does get taken out, so there might be a little bit of issue here, a little disconnect going on. But I'd like to note Gaby and Nate, they have been the ones that have been absolutely just destroying here. 17 kills on Gaby and Nate with 14. Just completely having this game on lock right now. Getting so many frags for their team.
Yeah, I'm seeing that's being raised in the captain's chat. Okay, yeah. So I think we're in for a slightly extended pause depending on how long the delay of Go TV is. Can someone remind me? It's like a round or two, isn't it? So 90 seconds, yeah. So 90 seconds in the future, we get a restart, hopefully. The round isn't being rolled back just yet, but we're getting that sorted. But this is a decent time to sort of reflect on that first half. I think it was kind of interesting to see DCU. They were quite happy to switch up between kind of like a spread and catch-all approach, and then just some rounds hitting sites with absolute like blistering pace.
Yeah, definitely a strong just sense to do that rather than just keeping to one style. It obviously didn't pay off at some moments. Just, even with a good strategy, if you can't hit the shots in the end, it doesn't amount to as much as you'd like. So, great job on UL to react to this, but you have to give a hand to DCU for having the intuition to go for these. There were some really good ones, especially the pistol. I did really like. They pushed 4 players straight away through ace to a site, whereas the B lurk came from behind and completely destroyed the chances of the team. So showing that it isn't really one dimensional, that they do have multiple ideas in the book. So interesting to see how they're going to translate that to the CT side, where it's more about the setups and any plans they have there. So could definitely be an interesting game to play, because UL really kept it simple with their defense. Mostly the same idea of 2-2-1 in terms of B, mid, and A, and just taking that mid control as soon as they could. So wondering if DCU is going to have a bit more of a versatile setup.
Yeah, it's always interesting, especially with a map like Ancient, to see the differences. One thing that is kind of slowly becoming standard, though, is that sort of 1 towards A, 2-2. So whenever teams are less experienced on this map, though, you find a weird and wonderful variety, let's say. But tech, went straight back into tech pause. Hold on.
Yeah, we should get the roll back, and that should be us getting towards the game. Once this tech pause does click off, we should be able to get into it. So the delay will catch up slowly but surely. So interesting to see what exactly is going to go in terms of the purchases. The timer is now ticking down, so we should be getting into it within these 8 seconds.
Okay, we're good to go. So pistol round is live. The T's have bought up armor across all 5 players, with DCU and more specifically Convid picking up the Molotov and Flash. He isn't towards the correct site, unfortunately. Actually, he is, and the Molotov will be dropped, looking to do some damage to the bomb planter. But Michael, meanwhile, in the mid position, will find 2. Aiden takes down CM2K. But the aggression from the T's will let them another scalp. Combo Womble should have been taken down there, but just managed to survive a little bit longer. TK coming in from Geed to close out the round, and that is an 8th now for the side of ULB.
Yeah, able to just play that off of pure aggression. Michael just swinging out mid as well gives them a really strong moment. able to get at least slow rotates and stem some HP off the players, but it's just pure pace and headshots that ran them through there, and it seems to be a lot of confidence kind of flowing out of UL as they're taking these rounds. Aiden getting smoked off in the red room, not able to deal any damage really, and it is just going to be an A assault here. Go through donut, go through main, and it should just be an easy plant and an easy round. It's just a question of what do DCU decide to do in terms of their rebuttal.
Yeah, at this point, they're probably just going to set up for a couple of exits. A nice kill coming out. Actually, that might change John's head. A Mac 10 and an AK in the hands of the CT side. They are just going to try to swarm through that tiny gap. And Nath will find 3 as a result. But the AK and Mac 10 combining, it's now into a 1-on-2. Gaby. Molotov will flush him out from one side. Does manage to peek out. Finds the timing perfectly. Misha will fall on the ace now to try to get aggressive. Looks the wrong way. Then back to the correct way. Does not have the time.
He wants to pick up the AK. Just drop the gun.
Oh,
so he's actually going to fall there. He did want to run in time, but the moment now you hear that new ticking, it used to be the sound cue of, you know, the little bit of music going on, but now we get the higher pitch beeps, and just sickening to have to watch him just continuously try to defuse the bomb while trying to pick up an AK.
It was very sad. It was extremely sad.
I don't know if he could have survived anyways, but at the very least he could have tried, which is a lot more than he got out of that. But going to this, we are into our first full rifles, and it's instantly going to be Aiden to strike first on the side of DCU. Doing so much. The op of Asaru as well, picking up a second, already just completely getting their picks across the map and making the life of UL a difficult one. They have not been able to really do anything. Only damage dealt onto Aiden in that first initial fight. The rest have been clear cut for DCU, and they're not even able to get a singular kill. Clean round, flawlessly gotten by DCU. And UL really down in terms of money. They lost everyone in their second round of the half win. So losing that round means they're literally on to nothing. A couple of pistols, nades. They're actually going to force out a little bit because the loss bonus is just so low. Only 1,900 going to be made on this second round when they lose it. Well, if they lose it, I don't want to throw it completely away. Not likely to win it, but still a chance as they bolt their way onto A, echoing what they did on the pistol round, trying to get a plant, and at the very least that should be the case. But it's just a question of how much more is going to be gotten. 2 kills, 2 rifles picked up now for UL.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you're trying to retake through smoke and you're out of position, usually that's when the Tech 9s can kind of shine as a 2-man advantage now for the side of UL. Combo Wombo will find Michael, but Nath taking down Ace pretty much seals the fate of this round. Did you notice that we got raided by 143 people? From Team Fortress TV, so that's pretty nice. But in this round, Combo Wombo will find 2, gets taken down to the bomb, but at least he makes a little bit of money there before going down.
Yeah, he also got the unique animation for his knife, so but I think that's less important than the economic implications.
Yeah. Yeah, so sorry, there is that much going on at the moment. Yeah, a very good position there. That just sets Ireland Esports up for the knockout blow here. If they can pick up this round, Nath will already find 1. Aiden will try to keep things even though, and the quick flank from Convid finds 2 in the mid position. Now 2-man advantage for the CTs, make that 3. And as soon as I say that Ireland Esports are in the driving position, of course they get close-lined.
Yeah, it feels very back and forth now that we've gotten into the nitty-gritty of this half. Both these teams just punching back and forth in an absolute brawl. Team 2K gonna push his way through the temple. Could catch Combo Womble off guard if he checks the right timing. Almost gets caught off himself. He's able to get that kill though. The bomb is under complete control of the CTs though in mid. Gonna try to flash it off. Not going to force anyone back. Gets 1, I don't know if he's going to check that close left. He does catch a shoulder. Now it's a 1 versus 1. Going to check all of his angles. The bomb is available to be picked up, but it gets shot. The silenced M4A1S of Aiden, he can't hear it, just feels the bullets hitting him, and he doesn't react in time. Still, though, that round did not feel like it should have been as much close as it was. CM2K, that was a 1v4 that he brought back really close. That damage dealt is going to be very tough to recover from if you're DCU. As they're really spread thin now economically because of that.
Yeah, they're going to need a much cleaner round here. But the buy coming in from Ireland Esports will look to completely alleviate that. 2 auto shotguns, which is probably the most I've ever seen on one team. Ace gets taken down. The run and gun from Convid will only find one. Gets sandwiched on site, really. But the trigger discipline from Misha gets checked by Geed. And just whenever it was looking like DCU had a potential inroads, unfortunately, they get slapped back. It is now just Aiden in the 1v3, spotted out, damage dealt. It would be a bit of a miracle at this point if he was to pick up the round.
Yeah, he needs to do a lot here, but we did see that CM2K was able to do a lot in the previous round, but it's a little bit more of a time dilemma. And he's going to be killed out by CM2K. That op is going to be saved. Michael doesn't recover a rifle, but I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue given how much money they have in the bank. DCU, though, very little cash in the pocket. Aiden with it a little bit, maybe sporting a P250. I think he maybe drop a couple things, but actually it's going to be a full-on force. Rifle coming out. They obviously do not trust it. They're hoping to stop the bleeding, to stem them from getting to match point. But that is a very tough call for them. CM2K actually checking around this deep smoke and is able to take out Convid straight away. The players of UL are just completely honed in right now. They've really just gotten warmed up, hitting every single shot, checking all their angles so well. And it looks like they are going to be on for that 12th. Asaru is only on that Deagle. Half armor. Gonna get sprayed down by Nath. And 5 rounds DCU are up against if they even want to try to get it to an overtime.
Yeah, and on the kind of buy that we're currently seeing from them, it's going to be very, very difficult to do. Yeah, at this point, 2 Novas, a Scout, a very late buy coming out from Convid. I don't really see too much potential so far. Going towards A, though, CM2K will manage to initially get away. It takes a lot of damage from the Nova, will eventually find a kill. Michael with 2 towards the other side of the map. This should be all said and done here for the side of DCU, I guess, would be the way that would go.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much can be gotten. That shotgun, the Nova, not able to finish off Michael. And now it's a single player in Asaru on that Scout. And misses the first shot, so his position is known, and he wasn't able to get the kill. The dink comes in from Gaby, and the Tech 9 is what finishes him off. UL Esports win out the last game of the group stage, 13-7. A really strong performance from Nath and Gaby, bringing it so high up in terms of kills, 20 and 24 for each of them, and finishing it off with a bang.